So what On the Table does, it takes those community voices from the ground level and puts them in the room. Those voices that sometimes you typically may not hear, but when we present this opportunity and they come, they give their take on what's happening in Chicago.
So how do you think On the Table hosts could think about the kind of work you do with the affinity funds to pull together a table that's really focused on diversity and inclusion? What could that look like?
A table like that. So I think I would really say the backbone of the affinity funds is our community voices. And when we're able to inspire those community voices to lead their own table, we're bringing new people to the table. So if each one of our grantees from each affinity fund decided to have a table, we're not only connecting our funds with the community, but we're actually bringing in more community voices. These are voices that we probably won't even have a connection to, and it trickles down because our community leaders only can go so far. But when we engage everyone, so when we engage every Chicago resident to say, your voice makes a difference and we want to hear it, then we basically create these tables that are going to give these insights into these communities that we didn't have before. So that's why it's so important. Joining a table is definitely important. We want you to be a part of the conversation. But at the same time, hosting your own table, bringing in people that you don't think have really had a voice in these matters to the table, those are the impactful on the tables.
We have a chance to hear from all of the residents that you were just talking about, all of our community members, and to make sure that when we're thinking about what the mayor's strategy is, it's informed by not only those who often can be the loudest, but those who are from each part of our community. And the kind of information that we can get from On the Table that we want to give to the mayor are who participates. What are people thinking about by community? Sometimes we think about Chicago as a whole. So what does that look like across our region as we think about what does it mean to be a city that has different challenges and different successes and assets in different parts of where we live? But also what does it look like if I live in Woodlawn, or what does it look like if I live in Edgewater? And how can we raise up those different voices to make sure the mayor is getting the opportunity to hear about unique sets of perspectives and needs based on communities, so that holistically we're driving towards a solution in the city to address some of the big concerns that people have around education and justice reform and economic development, and to make sure that we're hearing from everybody. And that data comes from On the Table. And the more voices we have, the more hosting that we have, the more diversity that we have, and we can feel more confident in the kinds of information that we're sharing with her.
Hi, I'm Cassaundra Sampson.
And I'm Jennifer Axelrod.
And we hope to see you Tuesday, May 14th.
At On the Table.